Spider-Man No Way Home is finally out in theaters this weekend. I had a chance to go watch it last night. I'm giving you my non-spoiler review about this third installment in the Tom Holland as Spider-Man franchise films right after this. Hey everyone, it's the Outlaw John Rocha here with a non-spoiler review for Spider-Man No Way Home. So excited to talk about this movie. I got a chance to watch it last night thanks to the fine folks down here in San Diego. The publicists I work with got me in for a screening. It was so much fun to watch it. I recorded a right out of the theater review for it was about 5.5 minutes of me gushing over the movie. You can watch that on the channel right now as well. But before I get into the review, I just want to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you see when we're dropping all the new content we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. Trying to break that 20,000 subscribers mark by the end of 2021. I know we're only a couple of weeks away, but would love it if you could help me do that. We're so close. We're about 19,500 something. So would love to get it if you haven't subscribed. To subscribe down below, hit that bell button. Also, if you're on Twitch, come and follow me there, the Outlaw Nation, all one word on Twitch. And later, I'll let you know how you can be part of the Patreon, have an interactive part to your support of the Outlaw Nation. All right, let's get into this review for Spider-Man No Way Home. The basic premise is this. Peter Parker is suffering from the ramifications of him being outed as Spider-Man. It's affecting his relationship with Aunt May. It's affecting Aunt May. It's affecting his friends, Ned and MJ, and affecting them personally with things they're trying to do in their lives. So Peter basically sets about the whole movie trying to set everything right. So he goes to Doctor Strange to ask him to set some kind of spell or cast some kind of spell here. But unfortunately, as Doctor Strange is casting the spell, Peter kind of messes with the spell in certain ways, and it messes things up, causes rifts in the multiverse or openings in the multiverse, and certain people come through the multiverse. So Peter Parker / Spider-Man spends a majority of the movie along with Ned and MJ trying to set everything right here by the end of the movie. That's the basic premise of the movie. So I'll tell you my overall thoughts right off the bat. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I tweeted about this last night, jumped into my top 5 MCU movies ever immediately. It was such a satisfying watch. You know, I've had my issues with the first film, my issues with the second film, although I prefer the first film or the second film. I just didn't 100% feel like it was Spider-Man, like Spider-Man, right? I just didn't feel that vibe 100% until this movie. This is the most Spider-Man-y of all the Spider-Man movies that Tom Holland has done. It feels like you're watching a comic book movie come to life in live action. I know Into the Spider-Verse is everyone's favorite, or pretty much most people's favorite Spider-Man movie, and I get that. But this is going to come close to rivaling that. Both the sarcasm, the back and forths, the situations he finds himself in, the kind of self-pitying stuff he does because he feels bad that other people are being affected by the fact that he is Spider-Man, and also the kind of crazy places that it goes, and these kind of quieter moments within the film that happens when he's having these interactions with Doctor Strange, with Ned, with MJ, with Aunt May, with Happy. All these things that are happening here just really, really work and lead to one of the most fantastic finales that we're ever going to see in an MCU movie, I would think. I know Endgame is really the finale, and a lot of people love that, but this finale is damn good for what it's trying to accomplish, and you will be blown away, and all your geek / nerd sensibilities are going to go through the roof. This sees the return of Jon Watts as the director of this one. He's directed all 3 of these now, and I love this. I love that you have one consistent voice, for better or worse. I think it's great to have one consistent voice doing a franchise or doing a property or doing an IP rather, and seeing what they can create with this. They have the freedom to create, to take the story where it's going to go and what have you. And I like that Jon Watts is doing this with the 2 writers that are returning as well from the previous 2 films, Eric Summers and Chris McKenna. I think the dialogue and the interactions here are so well written here by both McKenna and Summers. I think they do a great job of really bringing about the life of these characters and their questioning of the reasons why they're there. But got to give love to Tom Holland. Tom Holland does a fantastic job here as an actor, really bringing the emotion and the pathos of Peter Parker to life in ways that I don't think he's had the chance to in the previous 2 films. And to be fair, it's been building, right? He's a high school kid, then he's a kid out, like still a high school kid out there, visiting in Europe. but he's gone through the stuff. Now he's gone through the stuff with Avengers, with Infinity War, with Endgame, all of that. So we're seeing the ramifications of that as he navigated that through the second movie into this movie. And there's a maturity, there's an age to what Tom Holland is doing here with this version of Peter Parker that you can't help but connect to and enjoy and love. And when he's going through the hardships that he's going through in the movie and the tough moments he's going through in the movie, my God, he wins your heart. Zendaya is great as well, doing her stuff with MJ coming in where she can come in, really kind of staking her claim in his world. And I love that. I love the progression of the MJ character through these three movies. Now, very much a vocal part of Peter Parker's world, both kind of helping him and both kind of gently calling him out on certain things, as a person who loves you does for the most part, at least at the beginning. Later on, there's a little more interactions in life and you're able to call him out with a little more sarcasm, as Lady Outlaw will tell you. And then Ned coming in, Jacob Batalon doing a really nice job. He was kind of third wheel in the second film, and yeah, he had that kind of relationship with Angourie Rice that he could mess around with a little bit. But in this film, he kind of finds his place now within this trio, and it works really well. You just feel such a connection with them and enjoy their friendship as it progresses throughout the movie. And then you bring in Doc Ock. I mean, Alfred Molina, I can't tell you how much I love him as an actor. It's great to see him kind of embrace this role. He was my favorite of all the Spider-Man villains. There was such a vulnerability to him, and you felt there was a tragedy to him, a tragic nature to him that I never felt when in the comic books, when I was reading the Doc Ock stuff, or when Doc Ock was popping up in these animated series. Never really felt the full I never really felt sympathy for him until Spider-Man 2, and then right into this movie as well. And Willem Dafoe coming in. My God, Willem Dafoe. I think Coy Jandreau tweeted out that Willem Dafoe understood the assignment. Damn right he did. He's fantastic in this movie, doing what he does here, bringing the Green Goblin back to life, bringing Norman Osborn back to life, and having Norman Osborn and Alfred Molina and Doc Ock, Octavius, having conversations is such a joy for those of us who enjoyed them in those Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. And then you bring in Jamie Foxx as Electro. I think Jamie Foxx does a good job with this. I mean, it's Jamie Foxx being Jamie Foxx, so there's not really a lot that he's asked to do in terms of emotion, but he's doing a good job fitting in where he's fitting in, and he makes allusions to a couple of things that I think are going to excite the nerd fans as they watch their interactions with him. And also Benedict Cumberbatch, don't want to leave him out. Benedict Cumberbatch, really nice, comfortable approach to Doctor Strange that we enjoy. And there's a surprise about Doctor Strange in this movie. It isn't what you think it is. Let me just put that on the table. And it's shown to you pretty early on in the film. It isn't what you think it is. Let me just put that out there. But it's a nice surprise in this movie. And him and Spider-Man have a couple of battles that I think are so much fun to witness and watch. And as I said, those battles feel like Spider-Man battles in the comic books. As far as the music, Michael Giacchino back to do the music again. Fantastic work for Michael Giacchino. I think even more than the first two movies, I think he's outdone himself in the musical scores and the cues and certain moments that he is kind of elevating here with his music that are really powerful. Peter's connections with MJ, Peter's interactions with MJ, we're seeing the love between them really develop, and there are certain musical cues that occur at certain moments in their relationship as it's progressing in the movie that are really going to bring you to feel the love that's happening between these two people. And then as we go forward, these interactions that he has with the villains, there are some nice musical cues there that those of you who are keen listeners to scores will catch certain cues kind of weaving themselves into the movie for sure. Another person I think deserves some credit here, and a special highlight is Mauro Fiore. He is the cinematographer for this movie. He hasn't done the cinematography for the other two films, but he does a fantastic job here. We see some teases of his shots in the trailer, certainly that one with Spider-Man swinging through the power lines. That is very much something you would see in the comic books, but there are some great shots from him here when Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are battling, where they're battling. It's so great to see what he's able to do in terms of framing the shots and the look and the color of the shots and the lighting in the shots. And then we get to the finale, and the finale, man, the shots in the finale are just extraordinary. And what you're able to see in the finale with the battles, the mini battles, and the overall battle that happens in the finale is just so good, man. So shout out to Mauro Fiore. As far as things I could ding it for, some of the jokes fall a little flat, but I mean, it's a Spider-Man movie. Some of the jokes, they're not all going to be gold, as he said before. And I think in Homecoming, he said they're not all going to be gold. So some of the interactions, but I like the humanity in this movie. I love the fact that we're connecting to the friendships rather here between Ned and Peter and MJ. That's really the heart of the movie, is the friendships and his struggle, Peter's struggle here to do the right thing. Peter's struggle here to kind of, set this right, to kind of send these villains back. But will he send these villains back knowing what the ultimate fate of these villains are? That's the struggle he's having throughout the movie. And I think that's the thing that saves it. So whatever thing I could ding it for in terms of, certain convenient plot stuff that happens or certain interactions that don't really 100% work in terms of the comedy, I forgive it all, because the overall story here works really, really well. And the interactions here are what really sell the movie at the end of the day. And that's what matters. Action is fun on throwaway fun action movies, but on movies like this that are really trying to say something about friendship, about love, about doing the right thing, even though it's the hardest thing in the world to do, doing the right thing, I think it's important to have the story be very strong as its foundation, and the action kind of stems from that. And certainly you get that here in this movie. Now, as far as post-credit scenes, absolutely stick around. There's a middle credit scene that I think a lot of you are going to really go crazy about. And then there's an end credit scene that's going to surprise everybody. It surprised us in the screening for sure. I heard the gasps in the screening. So for me, that end credit scene is really one that you're just like, what? Whoa. They take the end credit scene to the next level and surprise you with what they did there. So don't look for Captain America sitting down on a chair. That isn't going to happen. So definitely stay through to watch both of these scenes. They will absolutely be worth it and do tie in to the MCU overall. All right, so my overall rating for the film, the Outlaws rating for the film, is 4.75 cowboy hats. Spider-Man No Way Home is spectacular, swings easily into my top 5 MCU films ever made. A beautiful, funny, touching, shocking, and extremely satisfying end to this first trilogy of Tom Holland as Spider-Man films. Everyone brings their A game, and it shows on the screen. Definitely, I think you're going to enjoy this one. As I said, I'm going to reiterate this one more time. It is the most Spider-Man-y of Spider-Man films, and if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're going to love it. All right, well, if you get a chance to go see this film this weekend, and I'm sure everybody watching will get a chance to see it at some point this weekend or in the coming week, please let me know what you thought of the movie down in the comments section below. What stood out for you? What did you like? What did you not like? What did you have issues with? What did you love? Let me know in the comments section below. Let me know what you thought of this review in the comments section below as well. And remember to hit a like on this video and share it on your social media. When you share it on your social media, you're telling your friends and family, hey, the Outlaw Nation is a cool place to come hang out and get content just like this. And speaking of the channel, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you see when we're dropping all the new content we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. And if you're on Twitch, head on over to Twitch. Follow and subscribe to me there on Twitch. I do play-alongs, watch-alongs, the John and Wendy show on Fridays. And you better believe that Wendy and I are going to do a non-spoiler review of this movie on the John and Wendy show this Friday. And if you want to support everything we're doing here on the Patreon and have a more interactive part of your support for the Outlaw Nation, hang out in the Discord, do watch-alongs in the Discord, do our on-camera Zoom hangouts, be a part of all of that, and be part of the Outlaw Nation Movie Trivia League, which we've been doing for the last few months. You got to go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Jon Rocha. There's multiple tiers for you to be a part of and get great benefits for being a part of the Patreon. Then those are going to grow in 2022, so you better get in now so you can take advantage of the opportunities and the benefits you get being a patron of the Outlaw Nation. All right, take care of yourselves. Be well. Spider-Man No Way Home is out this weekend. Go see it. Let me know what you thought, and I'll talk to you next time with another brand new non-spoiler review here from the Outlaw Nation.